Hello all, we are here for one more lesson of this VariCAD 2016 training course, and the topic today will be parameters. And parameters, it is something that may be used whenever a 3D object requires a defined value. And you can input in these parameters a numerical constant, a single parameter, or a mathematical expression. You can use these parameters also together with geometric constraints. In that way, you can define the object's dimension or the position within a solid. So it is something that you will link with our next video lesson about the geometric constraints. These parameters may contain letters or numbers on the name, but can only start with a letter. This is the only rule, in fact, we have here. And to insert parameters in the system, we go to this function here, which opens this dialog box. Okay, so this is very easy to understand. So when we insert a new parameter, we get a new dialog box, and we must give the type of parameter. Okay, and basically we have three types of parameters. The first one, it is a linear parameter, and these usually are used to define lengths, diameter, thickness, radio fillets, etc. And these parameters may be used in mathematical expressions. The second type, the angular parameter, it's very similar to the first one, but it is used for the definition of angles, and regarding the use in mathematical expressions, it's also possible. And the last one is this thread parameter, that it is used for thread definition and cannot be used in expressions. Okay, so let us try to insert a new one. So a linear parameter, give it a name. I will say A, and we'll give it a value 100 and create it. And new one, also linear, this time a B and 50. Create and insert it. So we have this information here. These other options are basic ones: to change the value, to delete the parameter, or rename the parameter. Something that if you come on top of one of these entries, right click with the mouse and you get the same option. So nothing in particular. So we have the parameters inserted. Now every time you try to create a solid, for example a box, you can input the value in this box, or if you click on the arrow, one of the options you get, it is define parameter. Now you can use, for example, A, and the B you can use the other parameter B, and okay, you'll get this box defined by parameters, which in fact you can check if you make the addition of this solid. You see the A 100, B equal to 50. Okay, the advantage of having this, it is because in any given moment, if you come to the parameter, you change the value, you switch it to 120, for example, apply, and it updated the solid. Okay, this is the concept to use the parameters. But besides this concept, you can create relations, and let us make a very small example on a very easy thing. So let us try to insert 3 or 4 parameters and create this relation. So new, I will work only with linear parameters, so I would say L for the length, and or give it an A as a basic parameter, and I would say 100. Okay, create a new one. Then I will insert a new linear parameter, L for the length, and the length it can be 100 also. A new one, the linear perimeter, the width, create a new one, the thickness with the T, the height with the C, a new one, linear, the radius, and new one, the thickness. Okay, insert them. Yeah, okay. Now for example, I can change the value. Okay, this one can be let us say now 50. The width I could do this before, no issue, but I'm doing this as a academic exercise. 40. The radius, I would say 5 or less, 3, and the thickness I would say 1. Okay, apply, and okay. Now I will make a box. Okay, the height, I will use the parameters, the height, the width, and the length. Okay, for example, if I need to make a radius, okay, radius, I can use the radius value. Okay, and if I would make the thickness, I could give the thickness value. Okay, something like this. Okay, but I could use these as relations. For example, let's make the addition of this solid, and for example I can edit this and say, instead of having this L, I could say everything related to the A parameter. So A divided by 2. Okay, this width, for example, can be A divided by 5. This can be A divided by 2.5, something like that. Okay, you can reconstruct it. For example, let me edit also the radius. The radius can be A divided by 20, for example. And finally, we could edit the thickness, which is A divided by 50. Okay, very good. So now if I go into the parameter table and I will change, because everything is related to the A, I can change this value and say not 100 but 150. And what I expect, it is everything was changed because all the dimensions were related to one of the parameters. Okay, this is an academic example, but is to show you that you can make these mathematical expressions and relations between parameters to create this kind of parameterization in your models. Okay, I hope this was clear as an example, and in case you have questions, share your models through our usual channels, and we'll try to help in all your questions.